What's up, fish tank people? Haven't done a video in a while and I'm excited about it. Species Sunday in your face in the greenhouse. Kids are sleeping. I'm loving it. Brian came over yesterday, cleaned out all the tanks, having a beautiful time. Not shipping plants this week, so we're having some little zen time. Barefoot in the greenhouse or wearing them ugly sandals, some of you like to point out. Barefoot this time. But having a blast. I want to show you a little something that I got going on today. Got my man Steve over here. What's up, brother?
What's up?
What's up, man? So, dude, first of all, Steve, people were like epically sad when your tank just went to shit. They rest in peace, Steve, dude. It was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious. But I gotta say,
bring it back.
I think I'll bring it on back, dude. Bring it on back. So it's a shame you can't see it too well with the glare. But yeah, the 40 just bumping, baby tears. Thumping at 100 degrees, doesn't care. But Steve's over here and he wanted to do, I don't know, we were talking, we're like, what should we do today? We're like, let's make a tank. So I'm gonna hand the camera to my man here. And look, we're just screwing around. It's a 10-gallon tank. We're not trying to do anything fancy. We're just kind of like showing a little hardy beginner plants. And if I had a 10-gallon tank, how I'd set it up. First of all, I'd have this be dirt underneath the substrate, but that is outside the scope of this video because I just want to show you a little aquascaping action.
So what is in there, Dustin?
What's in there right now is actually pool filter sand, believe it or not. Good stuff. But I haven't used all the pool filter sands. I've put about 3/4 of the sand that I'm going to use and about 3/4 of the water that I'm going to use. Since it's a 10-gallon, I'd actually be draining it and filling it because it's easy because it's a 10. But I just want to show kind of some rough stuff I'm doing here. We'll start with the driftwood. Obviously, a guy who sells driftwood has 6 pieces of driftwood. That's a 6 piece of driftwood. Here's what I'm going to do with the Anubias. This was actually on one thing, so I broke it off. So this was 1 piece of Anubias. I split it off, and I'm just going to take this big boy right here. And you don't even really need to tie it. You see they got the crack there, so I'm just going to shove this down in here, and then just kind of tug through the roots on the back there. So that's how I would have fixed the Anubias in there. That's how Anubias likes to be. It does not like to be down in the substrate. It likes to be tied or affixed like so to something. And look, it'll catch on its own. So
now, if you got a real powerful filter, what would you do?
Well, if I had a powerful filter, I'd take a piece of black thread and I'd just go like this a bunch of times and just kind of like just shove it down in a crack again, just like that.
Exactly.
So that's how I'd roll. But I'm gonna throw this one over here. It's weird, it's got a flat bottom, so I always like to do my driftwood kind of angling back. Sorry, the water's cloudy. This sword I would not recommend to a beginner unless you have dirt, in which case y'all got to get yourself some.
That's a Reuben sword, isn't it?
I think that's a Reuben actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that good red color to it.
So it's a nice little Reuben sword, so just shove that down in front there. Now what I like to do when I'm messing with the tank is I like to leave some gravel or whatever sand at the sides so I can like make sure if I want to like just do some touch-up work, I kind of leave some out. So I'll just kind of go over it like this. And then I'll leave like a mound over here. It's kind of like my like backup. Like, all right, so I'm gonna use that in a little bit. Jungle Val will actually get too tall for this tank, but I just love it. You constantly trimming it. Jungle Val, like love it. Like hardy plant, love sand. You know, I've got tons of it out in the both garden ponds and then down there in that tank you guys just saw. So, and then it will all melt back, as you all know. But I will trim it. When I plant Jungle Val, when I get it in, and the way you should do it is when you get Jungle Val in, you should take it and you should cut it down about, I don't know, cut it like halfway down. So I'm not going to cut this because I'm just going to throw it back in the tank. But a little Jungle Val action in the back. It's a little too long, so it's kind of messy. I got some Elodea arachnus already in there. Got the Reuben sword. Gonna put another Anubias together here for you all. Same deal, just find a crack, stick it in. Man, actually looks pretty hot. So run with it like that. I like to have the stuff kind of like pulling the eye back. So I got this one angling back, this one angling back here. You know.
Now, do you want to put the driftwood right in the middle of the tank?
I never put driftwood in the middle of the tank.
Exactly.
I never put driftwood in the middle of the tank. That's a thing. Although I gotta say, man, you over here, dude, you pulled off that crazy piece of driftwood in the rainbows tank. I didn't think that was gonna fly, so that looks real good. Yeah, I never put anything directly in the middle of the tank unless you're doing like a Iwagumi, or I don't know how you say it, but even then you gotta do some offset stuff. Dwarf Sag, some of you guys that were on the live Dustin Spreecast thing saw me walk around and like do a little live chat. I was on video, y'all were chatting with me.
and I showed the dwarf sage growing in my pond. I actually don't have dwarf sage available on Aquatic Jungles, but if you buy an order and you order the regular dwarfs, if you order the giant sage and you put in the comments, only if you put in the comments, I will throw you some dwarf sage. But I'm trying to rebuild my supply, and it's coming along quite nicely. So there's short stuff in the front, tall stuff in the back. You know, just get this stuff going. And look, the plants, you know, aquascapes never look great right away. I mean, they just never do, because the plants are adjusting to your water. You know,
the plants are going to grow a little bit better, get used to the tank.
Get used to it. Like, all the leaves might you might have like some really green leaves coming out the middle. That means the plant's doing good. Trim the ugly stuff. I'll just throw this over here. And look, I'm just flying doing this for you all, but
5-minute tank.
Yeah, the 5-minute tank. So we're throwing it together, having a good time. Girls are inside sleeping, which is cool. Hope you all enjoyed that Gerber's video too, by the way. Gerber's Tropical Fish. That dude's shop was hot. It was great to go see just a hardcore hobbyist doing it, running it.
Support your local fish business.
Definitely support your local fish business, not the big chains, because the big chains come in and they take everybody out that actually knows what they're doing, and you got somebody selling you stuff that doesn't know what the heck they're talking about.
And they never get the cool stuff in either. No discus, no rainbows.
Yeah, it's just support your local hobby, you know, shop for sure.
That looks pretty good, man. Let me get
It's all right. I don't know.
It's a good start.
It's kind of too much in the front. I'm actually gonna move this guy to the back here.
It's gonna grow out. It's gonna look better.
That's gonna be a ridiculously huge sword. So I say ridiculously huge, as big as it's, you know, it'll get big. So kind of planned for that. And then I've got my little spare reserves of sand that I just kind of.
So a few water changes, the water will clear right up. Pool filter sand, you're really supposed to rinse it at first. Make sure you dirt this tank. Give the roots all the nutrition they need. Make it look fat.
Yeah, I would not have. I will not leave this tank as is, just because it's not dirted. Like, it's just a travesty to me.
Although it would be kind of cool to dirt it and just set it in the sun and see what happens. But so
all it needs is fish, man.
Look at me sweating. You see this? Look how hot it is in here. It's 100 degrees in this mofo. So everybody, I hope you're having an awesome weekend, an even better week. Welcome new subscribers. Go to aquaticjungles.com and hit the top 10 Planet Tank tips. Download that. You'll get on my newsletter. Thanks everybody for the surveys, and make it an awesome week. Bye.